As you may know, I'm traveling all throughout the country to find building materials such as old doors and stuff that we can use for our renovation projects. So we're going to create a laundry utility room. I found these really beautiful doors to make built-in closets, and it looks like they will fit perfectly in the space. But it's a 2-hour drive. So it's Saturday now and we're going to pack our stuff, and then Benjamin and I are going to take the van and drive for 2 hours to go pick them up. Okay.
Ik hou hem vast.
Ja. So this is going to be the future utility room. That is, if Pascale and Olaf and Benjamin manage to detach these two small, well, big pipes.
En wij eens proberen.
Anyway, so here's where the washing machine, the dryer, and all the other stuff goes. And we're going to cover it with a beautiful wall. With beautiful doors that Benjamin and I are going to pick up, huh, Benjamin? And then you'll gotta find a solution to get all the pipes in the right place. Hij gaat hier zo te zien. Ja. Bewegen.
Beetje bewegen. Ja.
Yay! Yay! This happens all the time when it's cold. Come on!
Ja.
Tel jij eens tot 10?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Ja! Patience, Benjamin, patience.
As a young girl, the fields were mine. We played hide and seek for hours, raised our shadows among the pines. So offshore, playful and free, without a care in the world.
So we stopped here to get gas and to have a drink, because we'll be crossing the national park called Morvan, which is very famous. It's a big national park with lots of forests and lakes. It's about maybe an hour drive. So let's have a drink, Benjamin, and a snack, which you were excited about, and then let's head on.
No mistake ever kept me late. We spent summers catching fireflies and winters on our skates. One big smile across my face. We used to dance our way to church on Sundays. Mama set the pace. Daydreamer, kitten and maid. Take me back, all the way back to them days. Running around in a gown and a crown, barefoot.
Tu vois, il y a tout le châssis qui est complètement cassé, tu vois. Il a refait l'intérieur ou c'était comme ça?
À l'intérieur, en bon état, hein, elle roule. Hein,
C'est incroyable. Oh là, c'est incroyable.
Elle est de 49, cette voiture.
Oh, c'est incroyable.
Je crois.
Ah oui, le devant, il est...
Oui, là, il y a
Oh, c'est trop beau. J'adore, j'adore. Oh, kijk nou Benjamin. Donc c'est lui qui fait, c'est votre mari qui fait?
Oui, il est en train de la remonter. Mais bon, avec le confinement, ça a été un peu... Ça fait 6 mois qu'elle est en attente. Hein.
Après là-dedans, le restaurateur.
Ah oui, elle marche, hein, elle est en état de marche. Hein.
We are at... Can you see the logo? We never ever go to McDonald's, but it was the only way I could get Benjamin to come with me. And since it's raining, and since we're in lockdown... Huh?
No.
We're getting McNuggets. Chicken McNuggets. Nuggets McChicken. What's it called in English? Chicken McNuggets. Nugget de poulet. Yes, it's a building. Wait. Benjamin just saw this building. It's probably going to be demolished at some point, and all the glass is broken, and
There's
Yeah.
nobody in it.
there's nobody in it. I hope not.
En?
Nou, ik denk dat het lekker is. Pak jij het aan? I'm on my way to the farmer, a friend who's the farmer who uses our land. So with our house, we have a huge plot of land that is ours, but that the previous owners, like generations back, gave to the farmers. But it's a huge plot and it has an amazing view. And when we bought the house, we bought it knowing that the farmer uses that, so we can't use that. But when we had to make our fus, which is, I don't know what that's called in English, but when there's no sewers, you have to have this thing in your garden. And we needed to, just to follow regulations, that needed to be in the big farmland that, you know, our farmer friend uses. So we went to him and, you know, he allowed us to use part of that land. It's very strict with regulations in France. So we've taken a bit of the land to install this thing. And now this morning, when we woke up, it was a beautiful day. It was sunny, but it's going to snow in about an hour. But when this morning it was sunny, it just looked amazing. And we looked at each other saying, this would be such a perfect place to build a tiny house, like a small writer's cabin, because we have so many friends and potential clients that would like to come here and sit there. So I want to show you the plot now so you can see what we had in mind when we saw this morning. All of this is ours. Until all the way here. That's where I just came in. So, which means that if we would put the house there, in that little corner, you would have an amazing view. There. So then we would make an entrance here so you can access it directly from the street. Build it here, and this will all be closed from all the bushes that are there. In the future we'll have a real pool on the other side. This will all go because this is all part of how they're now making the sewers thing. whatever that's called. And then it will be like this on the plot. Entrance through there with a large deck in front. And I'll turn around so you can see what that will look like if you'd stay here. And this will be our view. The cows will be here in the summer, so the deck in front of the cabin will actually be, there will be a gate around, because that is where the cows will come say hello in the morning. And they're so sweet. They're so sweet. I mean, I would totally love that. I don't know if you guys would think that. That's awful. I love that. It is so quiet here, and I sometimes say to my friends or to Olaf, I can't even remember what it was like to be living in a city and have noises all the time. There's a plane, I think. Yeah, but it's so rare that you hear, it's just bird sound, it's nature sounds, or it's maybe my neighbor laughing. That's it, or a dog barking, but that's all you hear. And it's just, it's amazing. It's like, it's the biggest gift that we've given ourselves, is to be living in such a quiet, beautiful, peaceful place. So Olaf and I were discussing maybe it's a good idea or a better idea, also given the situation in the world. Many people that we know are yearning just to live a simpler life and escape to the country and be in a quiet place where they can be on their own, like alone with nature. So we were thinking, with all these people asking about this, it could be really interesting to build this dream tiny house that we would love. We could have that finished this summer if we wanted to, or maybe in the fall, and we could start welcoming people who are craving some quiet time. We're off to the hardware store in Bonn because Olaf needs to get all kinds of small bits and pieces, the boring stuff, to finish installing the water in the future holiday home, and it's the perfect occasion to go looking for some inspiration for the tiny house. Going to Bonn is about a 20 minutes drive right through the vineyards, the Côte de Beaune, and at this time of the year all the vignerons are working, taking out the old bits of the vine, and what they do typically is that they burn them, so they walk with big barrels. I never knew that this is what they're doing in the winter time because I simply never went to France or any other wine region at this time of the year. And I just think it's such a fascinating thing when you're driving there and you smell the smoke and you see all these little plumes of smoke coming up from all of these vineyards. So now we need to decide on what style we want for the tiny house. Should we go for like a traditional farmhouse or more rustic look, or maybe a little more contemporary and modern and industrial? Let me know in the comments what you think it should look like. Back home, I'm moving on with the next job for our new exciting project, which is getting the paperwork. We don't need a building permit, but we do need to let the mairie know that we're going to build this. All right, so I went to get the papers. It's like 10 pages. So I read through them with the lady at the mairie. So don't really know whether I've got all the information, but we'll see. We'll fill this out and it will take about a month for it to come back, and it's like 100% chance that it will be okay for us to start building this. So I'm excited. We've looked at different kinds of cabins, different layouts. We're excited about it. So it's a nice project for the coming spring, and hopefully we can start welcoming people maybe already this summer, 2021.
Sushi heel vers maken is heel moeilijk.
De rollen en het doen.